How's everybody? Today was a wonderful day, Sunday. I wanted to dedicate this particular video to my older sister, Ruth Antoinette Mallette. We used to call her Rufus. Incredible individual who used to get me out of a lot of trouble when I was a young man, taught me a great deal. Was a track star at El Paso, Texas, back in the day. Sacrificed a lot for our family, and I want to always keep her in mind at all times. I wanted to talk about today about the power of love and why it's so important and why it's the root in terms of everything that can and will be done. I also wanted to talk about affirmations and how they serve me and how they've acted in my life, and what affirmations do you like. And definitely I forgot to say subscribe and click, in terms of liking the video, etc. And if you can, I definitely would appreciate if you would drop a line, or tell me about your favorite affirmations and what keeps you on point. um Basically what I wanted to do is just stay on the information, and I wanted to, yes sir, that's right, I wanted to talk about my affirmations. These are some of my affirmations that I really like. Order in heaven is the first law. That's number one. Order in heaven is the first law. Order. So if you know that you need to work on order, know that you're moving in reference to heaven's law, because it's one of the laws of heaven. Also, theory has been built by careful observation in reference to facts. Theory has been built by careful observation in reference to facts. No strenuous effort. I do not manufacture the power from my own resources, but only to receive it. Let me say that again. No strenuous effort. I do not manufacture the power from my own resources, but only to receive it. Another great one is, God has me by the hand, leading me with perfect peace and plenty. God has me by the hand, leading me with perfect peace and plenty. So I thought those were really, really nice. I got some more in terms of the ones that I really, really like, and I like these three here. Love is the underlying unity of the universe. Another one is, love is the supreme spiritual law. Love is God. Love is God. True love is recognition of the spiritual unity of all life. True love is a recognition of the spiritual unity of all life. So I just wanted to share those with you. Uh, Faith and knowledge are nothing without love. On all sides of us, we see the demands of the universe: love or suffer, love or die. Love or suffer, love or die. All unhappiness, every neurosis, every psychosis, all illness, accidents, disasters, all are born of rejected love. Love works for all who surrender their hearts, and works only with surrender. Spirit is always perfect, and love is always perfect. Spirit is always perfect, and love is always perfect. The imperfect things of our world are the result of our imperfect knowledge of love. We are growing into perfect knowledge. We are growing into perfect knowledge. Throughout the universe, energy is expressing love. Love creates, produces, heals, comforts, guides, and illumines. Man creates through his thought and desire, projecting into the universal subconscious mind. What he thinks and desires with love creates good. What he thinks and desires with love creates good. What he thinks and desires in the absence of love creates evil. What he thinks and desires in the absence of love creates evil. By becoming one with love, excuse me, we become one with the power of the universal subconscious mind. By becoming one with love, we become one with the power of the universal subconscious mind. The conquering idea. These are the tools we deal with. We think, we love, and we believe. Through thought, we attain knowledge. Through love, we attune ourselves with universal mind. Through belief, we transform thoughts into things. These three tools, understood and used, bring power. Slowly, the world is awakening to the truth. Gradually, the light of man's spiritual splendor and destiny is penetrating into our schools, social institutions, into our businesses, and into our governments. A common Father binds all men together in a great and irrevocable bond. Through love alone will we be guided to our destination and make our lives on earth great and good and abundant. And this is a great book. It's called Change Your Life Through Love by Stella Terrell Mann. Change Your Life Through Love by Stella Terrell Mann. Change Your Life Through Love. So this is one of the 8 meditations that are necessary along with the 30-day mental diet that you keep uppermost in your mind to keep you detached from what's going on in the world. There's a part where Jesus stated that he said, be in the world, but be ye not of the world. Or said a different way, render unto Caesar's what Caesar's and render unto God's what's God's. Once you render, this is what I'm finding out. Once you render unto God what's God, he gives you everything you need. More than what you need. You know what I'm saying? Render unto God. That's the number one law. So here's the 8th meditation. The truth about life is the infinite love of God for all things. Each man is my brother, bound to me by immortal and everlasting ties. I love all people. They dwell in my Father, and my Father in them. I surrender my heart to humanity, and humanity serves me with love. I surrender my heart to God, and the love of God becomes complete in me. I am one with all the power and vigor and knowledge of the universe. I let go of fear and confusion. They are illusions and cannot live with truth, which is love, which is complete and fulfilled in me now. The great reality of universal subconscious mind is forever present at the center of my being. I draw from it perfect intelligence, perfect health, perfect peace, perfect happiness, perfect love. I surrender all the built up inhibitions that have been impressed upon me by the illusions of the world. I refuse to accept anything but truth, which is always the good and the positive. I move in accord with divine intelligence. I accept the will and the love of God, which I express in laughter and joy and pleasure and service. Only the good, the great, the significant, and the constructive do I add unto myself. Nothing else is allowed into the creative depths of my being. The surging desire of each man is to know the fulfillment of love. The way to this fulfillment is through contact with the center of consciousness, through communion with the silent dweller within. I surrender my doubts and confusions and fears. Universal love is complete in me. I am united with God, move with God. I am serene and sure, joyful and achieving, confident of ultimate splendor. I'm going to speak that eighth meditation one more time. This is what I use for 10 minutes of the day. That's part of dealing with the 30-day mental diet. The key is when you are able to control your thoughts, then you control your world, because there's a law under the Kabbalion that's called all is mine and mine is all. And so what that means is you begin to become a person who is you do not become a person of circumstances. You create your circumstance. You acknowledge when certain things are not going well, but what allows for you to control that with a good support is when you constantly remind yourself it's temporary. And that's how you shape your day for tomorrow. That's how you shape tomorrow, by today, by what you think about as things are going. When things are going right, you constantly thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. When things ain't kind of going right, you still say thank you, Lord, because there's a law that will reshape things and toward the direction that you want to go, that you want things to go. Because if you don't do that, it's just as easy for things to work out not good, because you threw the thought out there things aren't good. And so when you really begin to understand how powerful that this information is, and I'm seeing it already, just being hyped up, reconnecting, constantly in prayer, extremely thankful, just seeing how things are coming together, and then, excuse me, and to me, one of the great things is I'm doing something called treatments, and people don't even know anything about it. Like certain people that I know who's going through this or going through that, they say it's easier to pray for somebody else than yourself. And the reason why is that is possible, especially when it's the positive, because it's a natural law that you're going to get that back anyway. The only law that goes against you is if you pray for something to happen to somebody negative. What you put out by natural law, it come back to you. It's like a boomerang effect, right? So I'm gonna read this eighth meditation once again. The truth about life is the infinite love of God for all things. Each man is my brother, bound to me by immortal and everlasting ties. I love all people. They dwell in my Father, and my Father in them. I surrender my heart to humanity, and humanity serves me with love. I surrender my heart to God, and the love of God becomes complete in me. I am one with all the power and vigor and knowledge of the universe. I let go of fear and confusion. I let go of fear and confusion. Fear and confusion. Fear and confusion. I let go. And what do and once I let that go, what is the opposite of that? The opposite of fear is faith. The opposite of confusion is you have clear thought. You're sure. You have no doubt. I let go of fear and confusion. They're illusions and cannot live with truth, which is love, which is complete and fulfilled in me now. The great reality of universal subconscious mind is forever present at the center of my being. I draw from it perfect intelligence, perfect health, perfect peace, perfect happiness, perfect love. I surrender all the built up inhibitions that have been impressed upon me by the illusions of the world. I refuse to accept anything but truth, which is always the good and the positive. I move in accord with divine intelligence. I accept the will and the love of God, which I express in laughter and joy and pleasure and service. Only the good, the great, the significance, and the constructive, all good, do I add unto myself. Nothing else is allowed into the creative depths of my being. The surging desire of each man is to know the fulfillment of love. The way to this fulfillment is through contact with the center of consciousness, through communion with the Silent dweller within, silent dweller within, silent dweller within, silent dweller within. I surrender my doubts and confusion and fears. I replace them with faith and confidence and conviction. Universal love is complete in me. I am unified with God, move with God. I am serene and sure, joyful and achieving, confident of ultimate splendor. I was thinking about this one word, this affirmation. It's called belief, accept, belief, and then it is to accept, and it is to receive, and then it is to relax. Believe, accept, know, relax. Belief, belief in what you believe, already in acceptance, knowing it's done, and then know deep in your heart, because the facts of the law, of how the law will work either to keep you alive or for you to be not alive. That's the know. And then after that, you have relax. So I'm gonna have these T-shirts on them. They're gonna be uh, believe, accept, know, relax. Believe, accept, know, relax. Believe, accept, know, relax. Believe, accept, know, relax. So that's a great affirmation. Believe, accept, know, relax. Reason why you relax is because you're not vain, and you know deep in your heart you don't have the power. God has the power, and he'll know. When you study this information more with what I'm talking about, which I can't really break down right now, you will get it. So that's the affirmation. So I like to close with the dedication again in reference to my older sister, Ruthie, or Ruth Antoinette Mallette. We used to call her Ruthie, call her Rufus sometime. Just incredible individual, taught me a great deal, was very supportive in terms of me remembering what happened right. Focus on what happened right. So she was a great individual and still is a great individual. And I want to thank her for the memories. And so don't forget to like, subscribe in terms of the video. And I'll be putting on another one tomorrow.